Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Garry. And I'm a pouring.
Oh, we're in a singing mood tonight? Is
No.
that what we're doing? Okay.
I just thought I'd make you laugh.
Okay, well, all I care about is pouring the wine. So
Yes.
No, just kidding. Today, we're going to be reviewing The Impossible Promise, the second movie in the 3-part Providence Falls series. It aired on the Hallmark Channel on Saturday, August 9th, 2025, and is streaming now on Hallmark Plus.
And we would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode.
Yes.
If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review, and hopefully it's a positive review.
Hopefully.
You can also find us on YouTube and all social media.
All the socials. You know what I would love?
What would you love?
If you'd pass me my glass of wine.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Here you go.
You're hogging it to yourself. You going to double fist it tonight with the wine?
It's called Pass the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time.
Oh, boy. Okay. We're here all night. That's pretty good. We're drinking a cab tonight.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Be sure to send us an email at pourthewine@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts about Providence Falls or anything Hallmarky.
Yes. Anything Hallmark.
Anything Hallmarky.
So, who's in this one?
All right. So we talked a lot about the main actors and actresses right before, at the beginning of our last podcast, right, of the first episode. So
Yep.
we're not going to repeat the people who were in that episode who are also in episode number 2, The Impossible Promise.
Yes.
But we had a few more characters
Oh,
pop
we
up
did.
in this one, right?
Yeah.
So,
Like
and I
a
think one
Pop-Tart.
was in the last one for a little bit, but we didn't talk about him. So, wait a minute. Did you just say Pop-Tart?
I sure did.
No, we love Pop-Tarts, but not
blueberry
right now. Blueberry Pop-Tart. What
Yes.
is going on with you again tonight? I don't know. All right. Fulvio Cesare plays Detective Leo. He is a friend of Cora's dad and who apparently knows Cora really well.
Yes.
The character. He's been in several Hallmark productions, including Chronicle Mysteries, Recovered, an Emma Fielding mystery. He was in the movie Sight Unseen. He was in an Emma Fielding mystery, Flower Shop Mystery, Mum's the Word, and Love at the Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Okay.
A few of his nearly 200 acting credits. 200, and I
That's
only
a
list
lot.
like 4 for now. We'd be here all night. Include an episode of Alert, Missing Persons Unit, an episode of Blue Bloods, 4 episodes of the series Rogue. He was in The Flash for 3 episodes.
Okay.
And The X-Files, 2 episodes. Oh, boy. All right. Niall Matter plays Bale, and Bale is on the other side.
Please
dark
for the
side.
other team.
He has done just a ton of Hallmark work. He's been in several Aurora Tea Garden mysteries. He was in Christmas Under the Lights, This Time Each Year, Holiday Hotline, The Santa Summit, and one of our faves, Never Kiss a Man in a Christmas Sweater.
Yes.
That's a really cute one.
That was a cute one.
A few of his other acting gigs include an episode of Sight Unseen, an episode of Take Two, an episode of The Good Doctor, and 49 episodes of Eureka.
Okay.
Yeah. Samir Salem plays Magnus. Now, do you know what he is in?
No, I do not. He looks familiar, but I don't know what he's in.
Well, for Hallmark, we've seen him in The Chicken Sisters. He plays Jay, May's fiance.
Oh,
Hey,
my
that rhymes. He
gosh.
plays Jay. May's
That is him.
fiance. Yes,
Oh,
that is
my
him.
God.
So he's been in 8 episodes so far. Season 2 just started. I don't think he was in episode
That's so
1 of
funny.
season 2, was he? Did we see him?
I think he was in, yeah.
He was? Okay. All right. So he's, I'm assuming, going to be in it this season. We just started
Yes.
season 2. Some of his other work includes 9 episodes of Allegiance, The Holiday Exchange, an episode of Yellow Jackets.
Yellow
That's a good one.
Jackets.
And 13 episodes of The Expanse. Darcy Laurie plays Eli. Now, Eli is a man who has known Finn since he was young, and he knew Finn's dad,
Mhm.
right? And maybe he has some not so above board business dealings.
Maybe.
Which we'll talk about. His Hallmark work includes A Novel Noel, Picture Perfect mysteries and morning show mysteries. He's done a ton of work. He was in an episode of Fire Country, 7 episodes of Virgin River, an episode of Riverdale,
Okay.
15 episodes of the TV series 19-2. He was in the movies Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales,
Ooh.
and he was in Final Destination 2.
Oh, wow. He's got creds,
So
man.
those are our additional characters for this second episode.
That's awesome. Well, The Impossible Promise was directed by Siobhan Devine and Lucy Guess. We did discuss Lucy Guess, the lead director, and her work during our review of episode 1.
We sure did, huh?
If you'd like to learn more about Lucy, go check out the beginning of our Chance of a Lifetime podcast. Now, Siobhan Devine, for Hallmark, she directed 10 episodes of When Calls the Heart, 6 episodes of Chesapeake Shores, Matching Hearts, Always and Forever Christmas, and Christmas Pen Pals, which starred Niall Matter, who is Bale in this particular episode. All right. So we got some friends going on here.
We got some friends.
Some of her other directing credits include 2 episodes of Family Law, 2 episodes of Virgin River, and 10 episodes of I Am Frankie.
There you go. Very cool.
3 Providence Falls books were written by Jude DeVroe,
Yeah.
and Tara Sheets.
Tara. There you are, Tara. Maybe it is
It's
Tara.
Tara.
I don't know.
Tara.
It's Tara.
I'm sorry. Tomatoes,
We'll have to look it up.
tomatoes.
Well, she probably likes her name pronounced a
know.
certain way. So
I know.
we need to
I'm sorry. I apologize.
tomato.
I will have it for the next
Potato,
podcast.
Yes.
All 3 episodes were written by Teresa Kale. She has 8 writing credits, including 24 episodes of Trollstopia, 28 episodes of Girl Meets World.
Right. And we did discuss that also.
And
in the
we
last
did
episode.
discuss it. Yes,
Yep.
you're right.
Yep. But we like to repeat it because
Yes.
they're the writers.
So
right?
is it time to drop the synopsis?
It is time to drop the synopsis.
All right.
Detectives Cora and Liam must solve a murder. Meanwhile, despite Liam's hidden love for Cora, he pushes her toward D.A. Finn Walsh, her fated match, in order to change their destinies.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, we'll probably give away some spoilers. So if you have not watched this episode yet, press pause, go watch it at your, leisurely time. Come back, listen to our podcast, and tell us what you think.
Word.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So, talking about tell us what you think. What did you think?
That's my first take.
Yes.
There was a lot of present day in this one.
Yes, there was.
A lot of present day. When I take my notes, I divide it up between, like present day, 1844, and angels. That's what I call the different times. It's not really time jumping. It's just 3 different times.
Right.
Or 3 different periods, I guess.
Yeah.
2 time periods and celestial stuff,
Yep.
And there was a lot of present day stuff. I really liked this particular episode as well. I mean, there was so much going on once again. And we talked about this last time also. There's so many layers. There are different things going on.
Yep.
Different, you've got the crimes that they're trying to solve.
Mm-hmm.
You have a bit of a love triangle between Liam and Cora and Finn,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have Suzette thrown in there. They thrown in Bale, Suzette the friend.
Yeah.
Who's in there sporadically. You have Bale. You're not sure who's involved with what, who's nefarious yet, who's really on the up and up. You're still trying to figure out the characters. And then you do have, even though it was heavy on present day, we did have still some 1844 scenes. We have the angels in both their celestial world and in present day. There was like a crossover there.
Yes.
So there was a lot going on in this episode, not to mention, like I said, the love triangle, but the love stories going on, the fate, the destiny. So it's really intricate storytelling and I love it. I'm here for it. So what about you?
100%.
What's your first take of this particular
Oh my goodness.
episode?
I just love the biblical references.
The biblical references.
Yes, that they have going on.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of get a sneak peek of one of them. Gabriel.
Oh, Gabriel. Yeah.
With his little nameplate
Yeah,
on
with his
the
little
door.
nameplate on the door. That was funny.
And, we have a love triangle.
Yes.
Somewhat of a love triangle.
Yeah.
And I, too, like the back and forth between 1844 and the present. Because I like present, how they.
I almost thought you said prison. Prison.
Well,
It's been a day.
Yes.
It's been a long day.
I just feel like it's a good mixture. One's not outdoing the other. And, I just loved it.
Right. And when you're in the present day, it's not that you forget about the other, time periods. It's just, and then when they bring them back in, you're like, oh yeah, because the story flows so well.
Yes, it does.
From the beginning to the end through all the characters, and you're trying to keep track of what's going on and who's who. And they're talking about Meredith and John a lot, and we don't see them at all in this episode. No. Well, I guess we see Meredith a little bit. But they're talked about a lot. We're still talking about the robbery. We're still talking about the larcenies and, the home invasions. Yes. And so there's just a lot going on. And like I said, and then you have Cora, who's trying to live up to her dad's expectations. Yep. And so there's a lot.
There's a whole bunch going on. Yep. So you want to talk about favorite scenes?
Sure.
Where
you want to start? You want to start with talk about, I know there weren't that many, like 1844. Mm-hmm. So what was my favorite scene there? Yeah.
I think it was the opening one where Finn comes to see Cora at her castle and he asks for her hand in marriage.
Yes.
And she's kind of like, can you give me a day?
Can I think about it?
Think about it for a minute.
She wants to think about it.
And then,
as a man, would that crush you, or would you be like, okay?
Yes, it would crush me.
But Finn's so nice. He's I had that too as like a favorite scene. And he's
nice.
Like, I've come to ask for your hand in marriage. And
but then he ends up leaving.
Right.
And then in through the window comes Liam.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, it's kind of appropriate for their characters. Finn comes in through the front door. He's a proper guy.
Yes.
A guy with manners, and Liam crawls in through the window. Now, he's probably not welcome through the front door, but,
Probably not.
Yeah, I have that too as a scene. I thought and then they talk about going to America.
Yeah. And so that was one of my favorite scenes. Yeah. What about you?
And I like when he says, meet me on the morrow. Because we joke around about, like I was like, meet me on the morrow. I just say that.
Yes. That is so cool.
We're going to meet on the morrow, Yeah. So I just like it. And why is it every time we watch it, I want to slip into an Irish accent?
I don't know.
I'm like, methinks I need to go to the bathroom now. That was terrible.
No,
that was terrible.
That was actually pretty
This
good.
is why I don't make the big bucks in acting. So
I
can take a dialect.
I know I can
anyway,
never do
when
it like
we watch
that.
it just makes you want to just practice an Irish accent.
It makes you want to do it because every time I try one, you're like, what in the world was that? And I just go,
Scottish.
I know, I'm from Scotland, and I don't have an accent. So you might as well say I'm from here. And I can't even do an accent, so I'm not even going to try.
Well, you grew up here, so it's not like,
Yeah.
But you can fall into the Scottish accent pretty well. So Yes, better than my Irish accent.
But I do understand them better than you do.
You 1,000% can understand those heavy accents better than me for the Scottish. Yes. Yep. I'll be like, can you tell me what they just said?
Yeah, my mom
with your
and my
family
aunt
members.
were very, very good at. When
thick,
they got together, it was heavy.
Yes. I needed you as an interpreter. That's for sure.
Yeah. So
all right. So that was. Did you have any other 1844?
No, not really.
Because there really weren't that many.
Yeah. But one of the ones the Angel Time, I'm going to say that.
I know, we call it Angels.
We'll call it Angels.
Yes.
When Aegon was filing the souls going to heaven in the other place. So he was standing at the file cabinets, and he was going.
That's what.
He was like, going to heaven, going to the other place. He was just going.
He's so good in that role.
I really enjoyed that little scene right there. I thought that was so funny.
That was pretty funny. I totally forgot about that scene actually, but that was funny.
Going to the other place.
And as far as the angels, I had Aegon when he's tearing up, so he puts in the VHS tape, right? And it's
Yes.
titled Liam and Cora, 19th Century.
Yes.
And he puts it in and he's watching it. And that's what we just talked about, the Finn going to Cora's house. That's the scene that we see.
Right.
During
Right,
that.
right.
And then when they come back to him, he's like tearing up.
Yes, I know.
Because he just
Man.
loves it. So he's really like invested, which I just love. So.
It's like he's Team Liam. I'm telling you.
Right.
I think he is.
Right. And then as far as the angels, I mean, this is not really a scene, but it's related. I like how they incorporated Magnus into all of it, and you think he's working for the other side.
Right.
And then Salim and Aegon finally find Magnus's file. And Salim says, thank the matter. He's not working for either side.
I know.
He's still a bad guy.
He's a bad
but
guy.
He's not working. So I kind of like that they incorporated that.
Yes.
And they found him because I thought he was going to be on the other side.
Yes. So did I. He was a perfect decoy.
Yeah, I liked when they were like, because they were searching for that file, right?
Yep.
Like practically the whole time. They're like, "Woo, we found the file finally."
Yeah.
So I liked that.
Yeah, that was
particular
a
scene.
good scene too.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So now we go into present day, and I have a few.
Yes. So do I.
Do you? Okay.
Yes.
All right. What's one of yours?
Or
the first one?
It was the scene when they were at the police station, Liam and Cora, I believe.
Okay.
And they were talking about putting eyes on the properties of, I can't remember their name offhand, Brady, I think it is.
Oh, on his properties,
On his
right? Because that was part of
properties,
his business.
Because they were looking to see if they'll turn the lights on, and then that's when they would figure that's where Meredith is.
Right.
And then Liam, I think they were talking about, I think that's when Leo comes in and he gives them an invitation.
Yes.
And he gives it to Cora and tells her to come. And then Liam takes one. Leo is he's the detective that's retiring who is Cora's dad's friend.
Right. So he gives her an invitation to the retire. Right. That's right.
So Cora and Liam are talking, and Liam, he goes, I think I'm going to invite Finn.
No, he says Tinks.
I think I'm going to
I have that written down.
invite Finn. And she says, oh, are you guys friends now? And Liam was like, maybe. No.
You're right. And he goes, no. He says, could be.
Oh, it's a could be.
He goes, could be, but also no.
Yes. Oh, I love that scene. That was good.
I had that down too. I thought that was so cute because he's like, could be, but also no.
But also no.
It's like...
It was really fun.
Just his character is so great
Yeah,
too.
it
I mean, they're
is.
all. That's the thing about this series too, and we haven't really touched on this too much. Is they're all so good. I mean, they made the perfect choices for the actors and actresses in this.
I agree.
They're all so good in the roles that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And they all just the chemistry between everybody, and obviously the chemistry between Liam and Cora, and even Finn and Cora. I mean, there's a lot of chemistry going on, right? So yeah, really.
So what
well
about
done,
you in the
casting.
present time?
Well, that was fun.
Okay.
For present day. I just talked about it a little bit about Magnus showing up. I appreciated like a new character like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Finn, during the scene that Magnus shows up, it's in the bar, right? And he's talking to Cora, and then Finn goes up, I think, to them. And it's just the way Finn walks up. He starts talking to Magnus, got like his hand in his pocket. He's just cool and relaxed. And that's kind of what we were just talking about. I'm loving Evan Roderick as Finn.
Yeah.
He's really just good. Natural, right? His flow is so natural and great. So I loved him in that scene.
Yeah.
Just how cool and calm he was and collected. And he really doesn't like Magnus, but he's being nice in that moment. And so I liked that scene.
Yeah, it's really going to make me upset if he's playing for the other side.
Yes, we don't know for sure.
Because he's such a good guy.
Yes.
And that's another one of my favorites.
We hope it stays.
Is when, Liam is trying to push Cora to him, and he's like, here you go, Finn. I'm going to step aside, right? And then he's like, well, I really appreciate it. And then later on in the movie, it switches.
What do you mean? Where?
Because he's like, if there's ever a guy I wanted to be with,
Oh,
it would be you.
Yeah, when they like kind of reverse roles,
Yes.
right? Yeah, Finn and Liam.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought that was very good.
Yeah,
Very
that is
well
really
written.
good. It's a good.
Yeah.
The scene where Suzette finds out that Liam is an angel when she sees
I have that one too.
Aegon disappear, and she's like, "What?"
She drops her phone.
She drops her phone, and it reminded me of the scene in "It's a Wonderful Life."
Yes.
When Jimmy Stewart is talking to the angel, and and he's talking to Clarence, and Clarence is saying all these wacky off the wall, things that gives away that he's not from present day, I don't know. I really like that. And Suzette says something like, that she's chronically open-minded. She believes in alien abductions, Bigfoot, and Liam's like, yeah, I don't get those references, because he's from a different time and he has no idea what she's talking about. But she sees them, and then Liam is just really open about what's going on in that moment, and you don't often find that in a movie. Usually, and I know this is written and it's from the book, and I don't know how closely that is to the book, but usually it's like, oh no, you didn't see anything. What? You try to play it off or explain it differently. And, but I'm glad he just in the moment, he's like, yeah, we're angels. Okay. What else you got?
Right.
And then he explains to her the situation and what he's trying to do. So that was a favorite scene.
Yeah. That was one of mine too.
Yeah. Oh, cool. We're samers.
Yeah. I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Another one of mine was when Liam was at home by himself and Aegon shows up and he asks, why are you alone? And he's like, I'm trying to get a hold of Cora, but she's not answering.
Yes.
But then he gets a text message from Suzette that Cora is with Magnus. And then, Liam says something like, oh my God, he's a bad dude. And then Aegon says it's not like she hasn't picked a bad boy before. Talking about him.
I missed that.
Yes.
Yeah, Aegon says that in that scene. And that's so before Cora comes home with Magnus. Oh, okay, in that scene. Yeah, I did. I missed that when he said that.
He's like, it's not like she hasn't picked a bad boy before. And then he's like, ooh, I made a joke, right?
Yeah. Was that when he said, ooh, I made a sarcastic joke. I used sarcasm or something. Yeah. I liked when they're, of course, at the police station, and Liam and Cora are at the police station, and he apologized for letting things get so weird, because we didn't even talk about that, where they left off at the end of the first movie,
right,
where Cora has decided she's chosen Liam, and we don't know what happens, and then it starts off at the police station the next day, and it's awkward because Liam has obviously told her, we can't.
Yeah, we can't do anything.
I'm sorry, but I'm not ready. And
he's still getting zapped, so he's not too keen on it.
So he, they're at the police station, and Liam says, I'm sorry for letting things get so weird. And she's, it's like, that's sort of your specialty, because things are weird around him.
Right.
And then he's like, I'd hate to lose us. And I think she says the same thing, like, I'd hate to lose us too. And then they shake hands, and he doesn't get zapped, and he's so excited, and he picks her up.
Right.
So that was kind of a cool scene, a cool moment. He almost twirls her around, but I don't think he goes quite around in a circle. But I really liked that, because he's like, oh my gosh, he's just so excited. He just picks her up, and they have that moment where they look at each other, and so.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
Another one of mine is when Liam, I think it was right after that scene where he picked her up, he goes, can you teach me how to drive? And so she's teaching him how to drive. I
do. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I do remember
she
that.
thinks he's from Ireland, and the reason he doesn't drive because Americans drive on the wrong side of the road. But that's not true.
No, right.
He's from the 1840s.
Right.
He's used to horses and buggies, right?
Yeah.
And then, he puts the key in, and she says, "Now that pedal right there, put your foot on." And he puts his foot on, and he takes off, and he's like, He's like, "Okay, I'm done. I'm getting out of here." He's
basically like, "That's enough of that." He doesn't like it at all. You can tell.
No, he does not. And then they kind of have this moment, and then that's when Cora looks over and sees Meredith getting in a car.
Right, but they're kind of messing around.
Right.
She's trying to grab the keys from him or give them back or whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you put your seatbelt back on. You're still
Yeah.
going to drive. And they're kind of, and they have that moment where they look at each other, you know. So, yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit more.
All right.
A little bit later. I have that niche here. But
Oh, so do I.
Cora, I like when she checks out the evidence from the jewelry store heist.
Yes.
Because she's having a moment of where she's kind of doubting herself and she doesn't know what's up or down anymore. And she's trying to figure it out. And she finds the necklace and Liam has come in there and she finds the necklace and she says she feels like it's connected to both of them, to her and to him. And he puts it on her. And this is another very
intense moment,
chemistry ridden moment, right? Where he puts it on her. And then she's like, just take it off, you know? So then she takes it off. But that's also when he gives her like a pep talk.
Right.
Because she's ready to, you know, not quit, but she's like, I'm never going to solve this case. And he really gives her a good, a good friendly pep talk in that moment.
Right.
So I liked that.
Yeah. That was a good scene too.
Yeah.
They got a lot of good scenes. You just can't talk about them all. You know?
I know.
We'll be here all night.
We'll be here all night. Yeah.
Yes.
You have any more?
No. I think I'm going to leave it there.
Okay.
What about you?
I have a couple more. So when Finn takes Cora to where he grew up, so she can get an idea of where he grew up, and he talks about Eli.
That was
he
a
says,
good scene.
you know, even though Eli's a bad guy now, when Finn was growing up after his dad died, Eli really took him under his wing, paid for his college, paid for law school, never brought the nefarious stuff around him.
Right. Kept him away from it.
Kept him away from it. So you kind of get a sense. And again, you know, it's like, are you being lulled into a sense of security with Finn?
Right.
Or, you know, and he says, you know, the way he saw his parents, they really loved each other. They may not have had a lot, but, you know, they lived here and this is what they had. And his parents were so in love and he never thought he could have that until he found Cora.
Right.
And then she says she's been thinking about that with him too. So she's still torn. We don't know what's going on. And I just appreciated that we got more of a look into Finn's life.
Yes.
Than we had previously.
Right.
So we kind of know, you know, you kind of know he's a good guy, but you're not really sure his background or anything or what he's got going on. And you're kind of doubting it throughout. So I like that scene. I also like the scene, you know, then you have towards the end where Cora ends up in the water. Right. She's hit on the head and she ends up in the water. And they showed the shot of her falling in present day, and then they show the 1844 falling. Which I just like that scene, the shot of it, the way they incorporated the 1844 into that scene. And then, of course, Finn jumping into the water and saving her.
Yes. You
know, and he says he thought he lost her again, and then brings her up on shore, and then they kiss. She wakes up, and they just have this kiss.
Yes.
Right? And Finn sees it.
Yeah, because Finn had gone after Magnus and tackled him and was trying to wrestle him
at that
ground when he looks up and sees him. And you could just see his heart was just ripped right out of his chest.
Yeah, his face in that moment. You could just
that
see it all on his face.
Shot scene.
And that comes into play later. Like you said, when he talks to Liam, when Finn talks to Liam. But
back at the hospital.
But yeah, in that scene. And, you know, I heard the podcasters, Hallmark Mysteries and More, good podcast. Go listen to it. They interviewed Evan Roderick, and I was listening to it the other day. Evan Roderick, who plays Finn, and he was saying, because they were talking about the water and how cold it was. You know, they just, because, you know, you don't just shoot it once, you shoot it many, 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 many times. And Evan was basically like, you know, I didn't have to get in the water, but he was terribly sick.
Right.
He was so sick that day. And I think he ended up saying something like it, you know, he had the flu or something.
Right.
And I mean, you wouldn't know that looking at it, but like, he's like, that was his look. Like, he just wanted to he was there. He was trying to get the shot done, you know, because he was so sick. He had a job to do. But I thought that was interesting.
What do you always tell me? Sometimes you just got to suck it up, buttercup.
I know. That would be so hard, though.
It would
oh,
be.
My gosh. Yeah. So, all right. So, moving on to cheers and cheers. What are some of your biggest cheers? What's one?
I just really enjoyed every time Aegon watches
Yes.
those VHS
Yeah, the
tapes.
VHS tapes. Yes.
He just looks like he's so like,
Yes.
like he's into him, and he just has this connection with them. I just love that.
Yes, I agree.
Yes. And I also liked when Liam realizes the zap is no longer there.
Yes.
When he goes to shake
That's a good
hands
cheer.
with Cora. And once he realizes, he just picks her up and hugs her and squeezes her.
Yeah, that's what we talk. And that works, for a favorite scene and a cheer.
Yes.
Right? I totally agree. Totally agree.
What did you have?
I have basically like the longing looks we get between Cora and Liam in this episode. There are several throughout,
Yep.
Where they almost kiss and then they do kiss at the end. But there are some of these, like, you just feel, the chemistry between them. Like, we talked about it not too long ago, the driving scene.
Right.
Right, where they're kind of finally messing around, and she's kind of slid over the seat to try to grab something from him, and they kind of look at each other longingly,
Right.
When she says to Liam, after Magnus has just dropped Cora off, and Liam kind of made a little bit of a scene,
right,
right, with Magnus. I forget what he says, like, do we have a problem here? And he's like, not if you get back in the car and drive back to where you came from, or something like that. I thought that was funny.
That was a good one.
She says to Liam, if you have a real reason why I shouldn't hang out with Magnus, I want you to tell me right now. And she's just like dying for him to tell her. And he just looks at her and he's really trying not to, because he knows she's supposed to be with Finn, excuse me, according to the angels, right?
Right.
That's supposed to be her fate. He doesn't know why yet, and then the necklace moment, like we talked about, the scene at Second Chances where he's there and he tells her he likes being close to her because she just comes alive there, because that's her thing. That's what she loves to do, to help kids, that are, maybe lost, and give them a second chance. And then, of course, at the end of the episode, when he realizes what he has to do and he's looking at her through the window, that was just
one of my cheers.
So great. And he says, I may not be her soulmate, but she's the love of my life, of all my lives. I'll do whatever it takes to help her change the world for the better, even if that means I can never have her. And I was like,
I know. Even Samia.
Like oh yes. Yeah, she's tearing up too. And it doesn't, Aegon's like, are you crying?
Yeah.
And she's like, no,
I'm good.
I'm fine. So just the longing looks between them, it really worked and built up throughout the episode. And then you get to the end and you realize he really can't do that.
Right.
And because he's been told what her purpose is by that point.
And that was the scene before then.
Right. So do you have other cheers?
Well, I was gonna say that scene where Liam, Samuel, and Aegon are in one of the hospital rooms, and Aegon tells him her true destiny, which is second chances, and that back in the 1844, she was supposed to open up a second chances, but only like an orphanage. And,
you're right.
Something else. I can't remember what else she called it, but and then he gives that look like, now I know what to do, and that's the scene you were just talking about.
Yeah, and then he understands, and he has that moment of realization on his face, like, I really can't be selfish in this moment because she's destined for much greater things than me. Yeah, I agree.
So did you have any more?
I liked all the scenes between Aegon and Liam. Like when Liam tells Aegon, I wouldn't have had to tell her if you hadn't popped out right in front of her face, about Suzette when Suzette saw him disappear. We talked about it earlier about Aegon getting excited about using sarcasm. And then when Liam tells Aegon he and Cora kissed, he's excited at first because he wants them to be together, but he knows they can't. But then he's like, oh, I can't be excited. I'm sorry. He brings it in. I love their scenes. I really liked another cheer is how we have the addition of Bale. I wasn't expecting that, although I should have. I was more focused on the love triangle and what's going to happen and, without thinking of the other side coming into play.
Right.
So we haven't even really talked about that. But I thought that adds another layer to the storytelling.
I think so. It's
So,
awesome.
did you have any other cheers?
My last cheer was when we find out about Suzette. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's your cheer.
It's a
Okay.
cheer
Okay. I got
because
you.
I
I
thought
got
it
you.
was so brilliant.
Yes.
Because
yes.
you would have never saw that coming. I didn't see it coming.
I didn't see it coming either.
So they're sitting there talking. Was it Liam and her?
Yes.
In the
she comes to
hospital.
the hospital because Cora's in the hospital. And she's like, how's she doing?
Yeah,
She's gonna be
and
fine.
she gets a text message from an unknown caller.
Yep.
And then she goes out, and lo and behold, it's Belle sitting on a bench.
Yeah.
And she's the agent that...
Well, I don't know because she looks not happy. Did you notice that?
She looks not happy, but she's the agent. And maybe it's because he's got something on her, so she has to do
Oh, right,
this.
because we find out Magnus is not the agent. So
right.
we think it's her,
Right.
but I think we'll talk about that more in a minute. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, but I was surprised too.
Yes.
I was, when she got that text message and then she goes to go outside, and I was a little bit like, what's going to happen? I wasn't
Right.
sure where it was going,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. So
that was a good surprise.
Do you have anything else?
The other cheers would be Liam's one-liners
Yes.
about the phone when he says, "What's the point of this thing if she won't answer me?"
Yeah.
Because he's texting her and she
It's
won't
so
text.
funny.
Cora won't text him back, and that's us with like the kids.
Yep.
Why do they have a phone if they won't text us back?
Yep.
I know you have the phone in your hand. When Liam goes to ask Suzette why Cora was with Magnus, and she tells him about Finn being a pool shark, and then he goes, "Finn, boring lawyer Finn."
Yes.
And then when he sees Finn, he's kind of smirking and he's like, "Oh, I didn't take you for a billiards man,
A billiards
gambling
beau.
man, a billiards beau,
Yeah.
kind of razzing him." I thought that was kind of cute. And then he says to Cora, that Finn looked like a man who had a proper dressing down. You get a wee bit scary when you get your back up. And
Yes.
she goes, "Oh, my back up." He says all these things, and I don't know. And then when he's in the car with Liam, and Liam, we alluded to this a little bit earlier. Liam's like, "Look, I know that there might be something between you and Cora, but you still pushed me to talk to her." This is Finn saying this to Liam, right? Like, and I want you to know that I appreciate it. And Liam's like, "Ugh, you really are annoyingly decent, aren't you?"
Yeah.
It's just so funny because he likes Finn.
Yes.
He just doesn't want him to be with Cora. So I just love the back and forth about that, and him struggling with that, and all of his one-liners. So that just all works for me. Just all works. So I'm just really digging it. And did you have any jeers?
I had two.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The first one, was the parking lot driving scene.
Oh.
Where they see Meredith, they switch seats. Cora drives up, tries to drive to follow her, and a truck comes in and blocks her. And now I'm going, and they gave up. And I'm like, come on. You can't honk the horn saying, please, please, whatever, to move that thing. Come on.
Yeah, that was a little.
So that was a jeer for me.
Yeah.
And my last jeer was the only issue I had between Liam and Cora was the constant back and forth. I like you, I don't like you. I like you, I don't like you. I like you, I don't like you. So that was it for me. So what about you? Did you have any jeers?
Well, going back to your jeer, though, for a second.
Uh-oh. You have that look on your face.
No, I don't. I do not. That's kind of the point, though, right? Like, they're trying to figure it out. Liam desperately wants her. That's the whole... and I know you're kind of like that with whatever we watch. You're like, just get on with it.
Yeah.
Just talk about it and move on. And, let's move forward. But in this particular case, I think it's part of the story in terms of the struggle with you're desperately in love with someone, but you know that their destiny might end up getting them killed.
Right.
But your heart is telling you to go for them. And she is drawn to him in that way because she's having these dreams.
Right.
And she doesn't know they're real, right? They're she's remembering from 1844, really, right? But they're in her dreams, and she feels drawn to him but can't explain it. But yet here's Finn, this nice guy. So it is in back and forth, and the chemistry is there, and it's so strong. Mm-hmm. So, I get it. You're allowed to have that as a cheer, but I just think that's part of
That's why I gave it.
That's what you gave it.
What were yours?
That's the whole point.
Or yours?
I just had the one where she's at Magnus's house and he pulls a gun on her, because we know he's a bad guy. And, she asks him where Meredith is and, he's in on it with Meredith, she thinks. And where's her gun?
Yeah, she's a police
Didn't
officer.
she have one? I thought she had one on her. And then she runs out the door, but she goes towards the water. Like, I didn't understand. And then she goes, police, help. That scene just didn't work.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. She didn't have her gun with her.
I thought of course she was on a date. So maybe,
that's true.
But I thought she did have it. Maybe I just am not remembering correctly.
Because she found the stolen money from Eli.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that was another jeer from me as part of that. I guess that scene.
Right.
Really, because she says she's going to go to the bathroom and then she goes and sneaks in his room. I mean, he can hear you.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? You're not going to be able to play that off. He knows you're a police. I just felt like that didn't work that well. But, that's just a small, minute thing.
Yeah.
The rest of it. So, all right. So, out of 5 corks, how many would you give it?
You go first.
I'm going to give it a 5. I just love the storytelling. I love the weaving of the story. I love the different time frames that we see. Mm-hmm. And I like how they distinguish them from one another. Present day is very bright. 1844 is darker. Anyway, it's not dark. I mean, we can see it. But, and then you have, of course, the Celestial, which is stark white.
Right.
And I'm really loving the weaving of the story.
Right.
So far. What would you give it?
Well, I guess a 5, even though I had my 2 jeers. I had
one. You can still
enjoy.
Like
no,
it.
I know.
I mean,
that's why I'm saying
a personal thing, not a.
I know because I really enjoyed the rest of the story and the little gotcha with Suzette. That she's an agent.
Yeah, but that was surprising.
I hope it's because he has something on her.
That's why I think her face kind of said that.
Right.
That's why I think when she was sitting there, I was really watching it then, like her face, because she seemed kind of like, no, because she tells him Finn and her are done, and I'm sorry, Liam and her are done.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And no. Does he want her to be with Liam? He wants her to be with Liam.
Right.
Right.
So the past happens again.
Right. So she tells him.
Right. That he's on track for that.
Right. That she thinks that's going to happen.
I forgot to mention.
But she doesn't know about that last scene, though.
No.
About him. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
The biblical reference, the bar, Dante.
Oh, yes.
I forgot to mention that.
Yes, that's right.
Dante's Inferno.
Right. And the Dante's bar is the bar that
they go to
the retirement party is at, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Leo's.
The tavern.
Leo's.
I think it is.
Yes, that's right. It's Dante's bar. Is that what it's called? Right.
Yep. And going back to that box, it did have a number on it, R311-01.
Now you're talking about the box that which one?
Aegon had where he pulled the VHS tape out.
Right,
So
right. The one that says Liam and Cora, 19th century.
And it kind of references Inferno and Canto 3, line 11, that the -01 could mean first occurrence of, I guess, the devil or whatever.
Oh.
And then Canto 3 in Inferno is where Dante and Virgil approach the gates of hell.
Oh,
so I'm wondering if that was put in there on purpose.
Maybe, because the box number was what, like R311 or something?
-01.
-01. So you're saying those numbers are significant too.
Right. In the biblical times. Maybe not. I don't know.
Not.
I just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. So
and Dante is what now?
Dante is from Dante Inferno. Who I don't remember all of it, but
right.
It was.
I've heard the phrase Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, so it's where I think he was a poet or something, and he takes this like sabbatical into the woods, and just has all these images of hell and fire and whatever.
Oh, okay.
I think it's something like that. I'll have to look it up.
But it has to deal with the darker side,
the darker
mainly.
side.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's interesting. So, what do you think is going to happen? I mean, we have Bale, who's from the other side, right?
I have no idea.
We have Boyd,
I think Boyd's
Chief Boyd.
in on it.
Do you think he's in on it? Because he keeps,
I just do.
Like with Cora, he was asking her, "Are you in on, or don't you think it's
Well, he's kind of, even in the 1844s, he's kind of he's like, when he meets Liam and Cora at the water, on the water's edge, Liam goes, "Hey, can you sell ponies for me and give me some money so we can go to the States?" And he's like, "Well, I could get more money for that necklace she's wearing."
Right.
And he's like, "No, you're not getting that."
We're not doing
so
that.
So it just feels like he's kind of a fishy dude.
It kind of does. And I found where, so he thinks Cora is looking into murder for hire.
Right.
For
Meredith's
husband. Yeah, I can't think of their last name right now, but he thinks it's murder for hire, or Brady, John Brady. But she's looking into Brady's businesses. She thinks it has to do with that, but he's kind of like, "Oh, I thought you were looking into the murder for hire. That was the go," So you wonder, is he trying to sway her away from the business dealings because he's part of it? And then you have Leo, who is her dad's friend. Is he into some shady stuff, like you said? I wonder if the name of the bar is kind of telling us that he's not on the up and up.
Could be.
I mean, we know Bale is bad, right? Because he's from the other side. And Suzette, I mean, what do you think? Like, I wonder, is it going to be a thing where, as far as Liam and Cora and Finn, is Liam going to have to sacrifice his life for Cora so she can be with Finn? Is that how it's going to end up? Because I'm going to be sad.
That's the way it's playing out.
I'm going to be sad.
But maybe then Finn says, "No, I'll do it." I don't know. I think it could go either way.
Yeah, I agree.
But I hope they both.
Are you team Finn or are you team
I'm Liam? I just love Liam.
know. Their chemistry is just so good. Why can't we have somebody whose chemistry is on fire and it's a good guy?
Yes.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Well, he is a good guy. He just has some circumstances growing up, right? So is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Follow the podcast wherever you listen so you don't miss one. Also, follow us on social media. If you really, really like the show, we would really, really appreciate your positive review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. And if you didn't really, really like the show, we'd still appreciate your positive review.
I see what you did there.
You did? Mm-hmm.
Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until then, fill up your glasses and push play. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.